On this day in 2009, an airplane fell out of the sky into Karen Wielinski's home in Clarence Center. Her husband, Doug, was one of 50 people who were killed in the crash of Flight 3407.
But Karen and her daughter, Jill, somehow survived. They crawled to safety moments after the impact. Karen Wielinski joined News 4's Chris Horvitz back at the scene and described what happened that night.
You see, I got to look again, sorry. Now, why is that one coming that way?
Here's one thing that hasn't changed in 10 years. Long Street in Clarence Center is still right under the flight path leading to the Buffalo airport. And every few minutes, it causes Karen Wielinski to look to the sky.
Here comes another one. Yeah, right over, yeah. That's not the sound I heard.
But difficult for you to be here and
as long as I can see it, no, I'm okay. As long as I can see it.
And that's why Wielinski had to leave Clarence after Flight 3407 crashed into her home, killing her husband, Doug, on February 12, 2009. A memorial now sits on that site. Her home with Doug once stood.
Today it looks big to me. Other times it looks small to me. I don't know. It depends, I guess, what I'm thinking.
How often do you come back here?
I don't come that often. I definitely come a couple times a year.
And each time the memories come flooding back, watching American Idol with Doug before he left the room. Minutes later, the sound of an airplane, more of a rumble, really.
I thought, is that a plane? And then I thought, if that's a plane, it could hit something. And no sooner did that thought go across my mind that like everything's tumbling down on me. And it's like, oh my gosh, it hit us.
In moments, her life changed. Where was Doug? Where was Jill? How was she still alive? She had no time to ponder any of it.
You crawl out back this
somewhere
way.
Around here, yes, somewhere around here. I saw like an aerial view of the area that was taken like the day after the crash. And the thing that amazes me about that is that, and then Jill would have been standing like right over there. And to me, there was just an area of just like, you know, land kind of in front of us. And like when I walked to her, it wasn't like I had to climb over debris or anything. I mean, the ground felt, you know, like squishy, like maybe, you know, paper was already down there or, you know, plaster, who knows. But when I look at that picture, I don't see an area like that, which confuses me sometimes.
Today, Wielinski remembers what happened with a calmness that she understandably didn't have that night. You hear her frantically asking where her husband is in the video taken by someone down the street that night.
I sound like a crazy person, so then I know I'm normal when I hear that. But I guess it was just shock. They mentioned that just before the plane hit the house, it just skimmed some cedar trees that were like between our property and the next door property. And I was told that because of that, it changed the way the plane entered the house a bit. And if that had not happened, the experts felt we all would have been killed.
If you're sitting there listening to that.
I know, it's crazy. But I mean, that plane went right over my head, basically.
Wielinski lives in East Aurora now. She's taken an interest in writing, which culminated in One on the Ground, a book she released in 2017. The title is a reference to Doug, who, of the 50 victims, was often referred to as the one on the ground in media coverage.
I just, you know, he was easy to talk to, and I really feel that he, you know, he was like the missing link in my life.
Is he still a missing link now?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. If I see couples my age, you know, holding hands, and I get jealous. I do get jealous, I think. You know, I think we would have had a good golden years together.
Wielinski now lives those golden years with her 4 kids and 4 grandkids Doug never got to meet. And even though she lives in the South Towns now, she'll always be linked to Long Street, where she shared her final moments with Doug.
What do you miss the most about living here?
Just the, you know, small town America atmosphere here, and just friendly people. They did a lot of walking when I lived here too, a lot of walking.
Where would you walk?
Oh gosh, all around, like over by the library, and, you know, I walked a lot when I lived here.
Now she walks into her second decade without Doug. She says the 10th anniversary of the crash means something that all the others just didn't.
It's big, yeah. I mean, this is a big landmark anniversary. You know, a decade. Gosh, a decade. When you say it that way, it really seems long. Sometimes it seems like yesterday, but then when you look back and think, you know, the reality of, okay, yeah, it's been 10 years, it's like a lot of stuff has gone on since then, so.
4 marriages, 4 grandkids.
Yeah, right. You think of everything your loved one missed, but you have to believe, hopefully, he was here in spirit somehow, you know.
Now, Wielinski rarely goes to that site on the anniversary of the crash. Typically, she'll only visit it on her wedding anniversary or Doug's birthday. But she will be in search of Doug's spirit tonight, and because she believes that's there on Long Street, that's where she plans on being with all of the other families of Flight 3407. Chris Horvatits, News 4.